got your letter. Guess this is better. You win sometimes, lose sometimes. No need to apologize. It was the distance we had between us. It broke us down in disguise. No need to apologize. Ooh, 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 ooh. But I can't help that I miss you now, and I need to reminisce this, cause ooh, 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 ooh.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys don't already know, my name is Diego Henao. I am a freelance photographer and videographer located here out of South Florida, and we're just gonna dive right into this. I'm a hypocrite. No ifs, ands, or buts. You're like, all like, what? I'm a hypocrite. And the reason is I got an iPhone 11. After talking smack about it and saying I wasn't gonna get one and this and that and this and the third, I'm not gonna get one, I ended up getting one. And I was just thinking to myself, like, after I talked to Josh, there is a lot of points that we hit in that video that we did together, which again, shout out to Josh for coming out to my home and doing that video with me. But there was a lot of points that I hit and I was like, yeah, this isn't gonna work, this isn't good, this isn't that. But I have two Android phones that I was running. I have two phone lines and I was like, why have two phones with the same operating system? And I was like, you know what, I might as well try it out. You know, like, at least I have a little bit of both. And what I ended up doing is just selling my Pixel 3 and I kept my S10 Plus. And I was talking to my girlfriend, she's like, yeah, I might as well get it. You know, like, you used to have iPhone, you still have the Apple Watch, you have your AirPods, like, might as well put them to use. And I was like, you know what, you're totally right. And then I was thinking about it, she's like, you have iMessage. Sometimes when we travel or go anywhere, you use my computer. She has a MacBook Pro. Even though, sorry, when it comes to video and stuff, I do definitely use my Windows computer. I just like the way it runs and it works so far so good. It works great. And I was like, you know, I'm just gonna pull the trigger on it. And on top of that, look at this color. Like, look at that color. That, you guys might say it's girly, but this color is the bomb diggity, straight up. Like, I love it. People say, I mean, I know Apple says, oh, it's green. No, dude, it's not green. This is seafoam green. Like, for you guys out there that are into like old school cars, or if you know about, like, if you're a guitarist musician and you know about the brand Fender, they used to put this color on their guitars, and they still do sometimes. It's a seafoam green. I'm always like, dude, it looks so good. But, you know, now that I can have it on my phone, and I'm like, you know what, why not? And I was like, yeah, I went for the $700 one. Why not? It has a 64 gig. You know, Apple, you definitely dropped the ball when it comes to the memory, but that's why I have my Samsung. If I really need to store a lot of information, I have that product. But you know what? Let's just go ahead and dive into some of the things that I like, some of the things I don't like about this Apple iPhone 11. All right, guys, just to jump right into it, I feel like one of the first steps I want to touch on is the camera. So yeah, the camera is definitely great. People were talking about it all over the internet, everywhere. My friends, everyone was saying how amazing these cameras are. It definitely does it justice. The stabilization on these cameras is simply amazing. The fact they can do 4K 60 frames per second is amazing. Like, if you go back to the beginning of the video, and they're not huge clips or anything like that, but if you go back to the beginning of the video, you'll see that there's some drone footage of me and my friends going kayaking this weekend, and also the rest was done with the iPhone. There might have been two small clips, but just look at the clarity, the colors, like how like there was no like crazy bump and lag and jumping around. And I feel like that definitely makes a huge difference. Like, to actually have a device where you can honestly say, I trust it to capture some footage, that's filling huge steps. And I think Apple definitely nailed it on that. Second would have to be this color. Like, I really enjoy this color. Like I said in the beginning, this color looks sick. And again, people might not like it, but to me, like, this color is amazing. I've been waiting for a phone to actually come out this color, and design is pretty good. Third thing, I would say about the device, operating system. The apps really do make a huge difference on iOS compared to others, like even the DJI apps. When I use my Ronin, or if I use in my my drones, they just run a lot smoother. If they just, I don't know what it is. I think developers honestly just pick iOS first to work on and perfect it before they move on to Android per se. And I feel like that's huge. And like, I noticed the difference of how smooth iOS is, and I really do enjoy that. I'm not saying Android is bad, but I do notice a huge difference going from Android to iOS back and forth. Like, this just works really well, and the color on it, you know. Something I don't like about it, and honestly, I know it's only $700, but compared to like a OnePlus, you know, 7 Pro, the screen, like, to have a resolution of 720 on a $700 phone, I get it, but at the same time, they definitely could have done something to spark it up a little bit better and add more to the actual phone. That I would say was like one of the bigger things that I did not enjoy about this device, or I'm not enjoying about the device so far. Another thing, the phone's a little thick. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not a big deal. It's fat, like I said before. It is a fat phone. Like, you feel the girth to it, and you know it has a difference. But I've definitely adapted to it fast enough. Battery life. That's the reason why they made it a little bit thicker, was because of its battery life. So yeah, it's a little bit fatter. But the battery life definitely sticks out. Like, I've never gotten to a point throughout my entire day of me using YouTube or listening to music or using Bluetooth for music in my car or in the gym, or if I'm just watching videos trying to show somebody something, you know, it's just on time screen. Like, this thing will last an entire day, and I'll still make it home with enough comfortable battery, not feeling like, oh, I need a, you know, a backup battery, or I need a, you know, one of those battery packs or anything like that. But to be honest, end of it all, I'm very happy with the device. For the camera alone, and seriously, the color, like, it's amazing. And the way it works with my Apple Watch and AirPods, it just works so well together. Like, they really have it packed down for that ecosystem. And again, like it's in the beginning of the video, I sound like a hypocrite because I was knocking it, but then using it again, it's like those little things that you don't use for a while, and then you start using them again. It's like, wow, you know, like I really did miss these things from Apple. And it's a great device. I'm really excited for the arcade and the Apple TV. Let's see what shows they have to come. I do get a year free of Apple TV when you buy a new device, so keep that in mind when you purchase a device. So that's pretty much it, guys. Do I recommend the phone? I definitely do. If you're an iPhone user, I definitely recommend it. The $700. Oh, and last thing, definitely last thing, I would say they dropped the ball on memory. Like 64 gigs, $700. Like, you're up there with like high-end devices. Look at other high-end devices you have. As far as devices right now that are like competing with the iPhone itself, you do have the OnePlus 7 again, and that comes with 256 gigs for $700. What? You know, like the Samsungs, either you get into S10e, which goes for $750, or you get into S10 Plus, that goes for $1,000, or even the Notes. They're all starting off at 128 gigs. So I think Apple next year should definitely go ahead and start off their phones with that in mind. Like 64 gig would have been cool 2-3 years ago, you know, and it's a standard, but now I think 128 is that new standard. I think that's where they should actually start their iPhone. Like, their minimum should be 128. But that's it for me, guys. The camera's amazing. Again, check out the footage in the beginning of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know if you guys are using a new iPhone. If you guys don't like it, let me know all of that good stuff. But again, if it, for the camera itself, and for me to say like that I would actually, for the first time, be able to shoot footage on this phone and be okay with capturing small pieces that I'm gonna need for B-roll or anything like that, that's super cool. Like, I've never been able to say I trust a device to do that, and I'm saying it now. 2019 is just an amazing year, and you know, technology is amazing. Let's see what else is to come. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.